Oh, hello, and welcome back to the Parlay Closet podcast. Your boys Waz, Gibby, and me are back to look at this week's UFC, which is a pay-per-view that doesn't feel like a pay-per-view to me. Does it feel like a pay-per-view to y'all boys?
No.
I'm surprised. It's got some questionable matchups, but it's better than a fight night, so we'll be looking at UFC 301.
At least it's not in the Apex.
As long as it's not in the Apex with Gucci.
Yeah. I guess this one starts like a little bit earlier too. 5.
Can we just talk about 304?
Oh my god.
Why are the fighters walking in the final event at 3 a.m.? Dude, the crowd is gonna be so drunk and so tired.
Bro, and you know it's gonna be a Leon versus Bilal fight. It's gonna be Leon versus Bilal.
You can't bet on that fight.
No, you can't bet on that or the co-main.
You can't bet on the card. Just don't bet the card. These guys are gonna be tired.
Bro, Tom Aspinall walking out at 3 a.m. to fight Curtis Blades, dude. He's just gonna pass out. How many fighters do you think are gonna come out and say, "Yep, I got no sleep. That's why I lost"?
Yeah, everybody who's gonna lose. But
man.
Guess who didn't lose this weekend?
Was it
Me.
you?
I didn't lose this weekend. Did you guys win?
I did not do anything of note. I just bet Urus Medic to get KO. So, yay. That was
There
it.
you go. Gibby?
Nah, I was probably short a leg. I forgot who by who.
Basketball.
My lock
That's
of the
usually
night
what
hit.
happens.
My lock of the night hit.
Mahashate.
Minus 200. My dog of the night hit. Hubbard. Plus
That was a good
135. I had Ivana Petrovic and Naleen fight not to go the distance. She got submitted. Alex Perez plus 160 money line. That happened. And then also a plus 500 parlay where we had Mashat, Henry, Medic, and Perez for 506.
Nice.
So not a whole lot of money, but positive 2.8 units, which is better than losing. So that was my week, but we can get in to this one.
All right. So let's look at the first fight on the card. Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. I think this is actually a pretty fun fight. I'm actually shocked that they put this fight first fight on the card, not even so early on the card. I like this fight. And then the thing is, too, if you look at it, Alessandro Costa, who has he lost to? He's lost to the arguable number one contender, Emil Arbazi, and he lost to the guy getting the goddamn title shot. So you can't say he's bad. Doesn't have a winning record in the UFC, but he's only lost to good fighters. Meanwhile, Kevin Borjas lost to Joshua Van, which is not a bad thing, but I'm not leaning a little bit towards Borjas. I'm not sure how I feel about him.
Yeah, I think Costa is in some trouble in this fight, as Borjas should be able to inflict more damage, and definitely in the striking realm. I would not be at all surprised to see Costa look to initiate some grappling, but I definitely think we'll see Borjas stop the takedown with his defense, or at least work back to his feet and back up to the striking, where he's just way more superior in my opinion. Costa will be a step behind in the striking realm, and I think he'll get countered whenever he tries to implement his kicks. So, look for Boraj to come out much more composed and effective than his last fight. So I'm going to go with Boraj via KO round 2.
I love how you said his name two different ways in that whole spiel right there.
I don't give a fuck. I'm taking Kevin by KO round 2. Shut your mouth.
So we're not going to be going back to having us give our picks and having us say and then give his pick first?
Well, let's try to get Gibby into the realm of possibilities. He's down 25 points here, okay?
Okay. Well, I'm going Alessandro Costa by decision. So we're on opposite spectrums.
That is, if it is going to be Costa, it's going to be by decision. That's my pick as well. But I just feel like Boraj. I don't even know. Kevin's going to get that KO.
There we go. Just go with Kevin.
I'm going Kevin. KO round 2.
You know what? I'm kind of on the other side of you, Waz.
Oh.
I mean, Kevin had a tough, UFC debut against Joshua Van. I mean, what a UFC debut against him. But still,
Van's still good. You're sent to a death sentence having a debut against him.
Exactly, yeah.
That's like Armin debuting against Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, he didn't get knocked out or submitted. He's pretty durable. I mean, Kevin is pretty durable, but Costa, I think he's more fast, explosive, and he's got those good leg kicks. But so I'm going with Costa by submission round 2.
Okay. Next fight.
All right. Next fight: Ismael Bonfim versus Vince Pichel. Vince Pichel.
Yeah, Pichel is definitely hard to count out. But it's tough to think that someone as talented as Bonfim will fumble the bag against a 41-year-old who has had multiple hip surgeries at this point in his career. I don't really know why this fight is happening, but
Hey, don't worry. There's a high chance that Ismael Bonfim will get kicked in the liver and say, "Hey, kick me again," and then say, "Hey, kick me again,"
yeah.
and then get kicked the 4th time like he did against Benoit Saint Denis. I'm still not over that. I'm
Yeah,
still
no,
not over
Pichel
that.
could definitely have some success, but for the most part, I definitely do expect Bonfim to outstrike and eventually outgrapple. So for the most part, I definitely expect Bonfim to rely on his combination of striking, speed, power, and definitely hurt him a bit here. So I definitely see a finish coming in late. If I had to pick, I'm probably gonna go round 2 KO.
I'm definitely going to Bonfim. I think Bonfim's an easy lock in the spot, to be honest with you. Hence why he's the second biggest favorite on the card, so not really much to really bet on. He might be a safe parlay piece, but it's not really worth as much. But give me Bonfim by KO round 2.
You said both parlay and piece incorrectly.
What do you mean? What I say?
Okay.
How to say incorrect?
You just watch your back now. I just wanted to let you know.
I don't watch our stuff.
Wow.
Was who'd you win round 2 KO?
Round 2 KO.
For who?
Bonfim.
Bonfim?
Nah, I went with Pichel. Don't let him lie to you.
I did not.
It's okay. So you went with Bonfim. So did Noah. So I'm going with Patel or Vince by decision. I mean, Bonfim struggles with those big physical guys that pin you against the cage and slow you down, and Vince is one of those guys. I think he would just pin him against the cage, and just win it out by decision. So, Vince by decision.
Okay, Gibby.
My dude's lock of the night missed by 1 point.
So
He
both of you
needed
win.
Brunson under 35.5. Brunson ended at 36.
I think both of you won round 2 KO. Good for you.
All right, next fight. Dione Barbosa versus Ernesta. Not even going to try it. Just like I'm not even going to really try to fake any enthusiasm for this fight. I've seen the tape of both of them, and I'm just not impressed. Ernesta is a split decision queen. Dione, it's hard. Got some power to her. And that's, like, for women's MMA, that's literally it. I don't care much for this fight other than that.
Yeah, this is a tough one to call, and one where I don't want to take a shot at either side unless we get a movement one way or the other. But I feel that Barbosa is unable to drag this to the ground. She will struggle to keep up with the volume and output of Ernesta. Minus 200 is too wide for my liking on Barbosa, but if you get down closer to 150, it might be, might be worth a shot, to win a unit or so. On the flip side, on the flip side, if the line gets wider on Ernesta, I definitely may have to take a shot on her, but the prediction will remain with the grappler Barbosa. I feel she'll be the most talented grappler has gone against, and this won't bode well for her once the fight hits the mats. It's just how behind Barbosa I think will be in the striking realm. That makes me definitely not something I'm going to be betting on, but let me get Barbosa by decision.
I'm gonna tentatively agree with you, Waz. The only thing that scares me is the reach advantage, but Ernesta doesn't really do much with that reach advantage in terms of her striking. So give me the grappler and Barbosa. And Gibby, what do you think about this fight? How much you putting down on this?
I'm agreeing with you guys. I think it's gonna be decision, but I could see probably a late finish for Barbosa if it's like by submission.
Bet the split decision queen. 3 split decisions in a row.
So yeah, I'll go with you guys with Barbosa decision, and we'll have our first lock, guys.
I don't know how I feel about that. That doesn't make me feel quite confident. But you know who I am confident in? Marcio Ruffy against Jamie Malarkey. I'm confident to say that I was right about Malarkey. My boy was overhyped. I don't know where this hype came in from him because he was competitive against Brad Riddell, who we saw is just not all that. And Malarkey, I will be honest with you, I did bet him when he was a minus 600 favor as a parlay piece against Naimov. That blew up in my face. But other than that,
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me to see Ruffy as a favorite here. But, we have to establish that Malarkey may be the better mixed martial artist here.
more experience.
We've definitely seen Ruffy get outworked and out in other aspects of MMA, only for him to be bailing himself out of a bad spot. At plus money, I'd be more inclined to take a shot on Ruffy. I'm still going to predict him to get the win. I definitely think he finds the chin. I may be looking to take a shot on his KO prop, but think we're still a little too early. But last time I saw in some offshore books, plus 100 or better. Otherwise, I'll pass. Malarkey has a serious experience advantage in mixed martial arts. However, Ruffy takedown defense and power experience, I think will be something that will keep him in this fight and alive enough to find the chin. I just have a little bit of a mixed feeling sometimes on these fighter chins, showing off. Sometimes it doesn't. We never really know. To be confident at chalk that his chin won't be there is something I've definitely, second guessed in the past, but I think it's all experience based. So I'm going to go Rafi via KO. I think it's going to be round 2.
I'm going to be agreeing with you as well. I'm going to be leaning towards round 1 KO, though. All I'm going to say is if Hakpras can knock out Malarkey, Ruffy sure as hell can. Ruffy has never seen the judge's scorecard in his entire career. He's only seen the 3rd round once. I'm taking Ruffy by KO round 1.
Motherfucker's about to win by decision, Noah.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
I mean, you guys are pretty knowledgeable about Jamie Malarkey. I mean, you guys are 2-0 when we talk about him, and you got the John Modescas fight 100% right, both of you. So I'm agreeing with you. I'm going Ruffy or whatever, KO round 1.
I am the Jamie Malarkey whisperer, as this was.
I guess so. Let's move on to the next one.
Joaquim Silva versus Drakkar Klose.
This is another tough one to call. Silva's power could definitely give Klose some trouble, but then Klose could also show, slow things down and grind on Silva, dragging him through the ringer with his grappling, which I don't like. I think a shot on Silva KO prop at plus 430 is what I saw last, is not a bad nibble. So I definitely feel Klose will be able to mix the martial arts well enough to get the win. I can see Klose surviving the early threat that Silva poses, then going to win the rest of the fight, with the output and control time. Judges love to see that. Just a finish threat from Silva gives me a slight bit of a pause. So give me a Klose. I'm going to take Klose by decision.
I also am agreeing with Waz again. God damn it. The thing is, I will say, is Joaquim Silva. Yes, this is Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, so judges may sway towards Silva if it goes to a decision. But the thing is about Klose, normally I don't really pick him much for finishes, but he's been fighting really mean ever since he got highlight reel KO'd. He's been fighting with more power, been trying to finish guys much more when normally he would just focus on his wrestling. We saw Joaquim Silva struggle in the wrestling department against Arman Sadyukin. A Klose who's going to be throwing power, really want to knock him out. I'm going to be leaning towards Klose to get the TKO. It's a little bit of a long shot, but that's what I like. I like the round 2 KO for Klose.
I mean, there is questionable durability for Silva, but I'm just gonna go with decision for Klose. There you go.
Klose. So we're on Klose. Klose.
Correct.
By the way, go watch. You guys seen that one reaction image of Joe Rogan, Onik, and DC, and like the really exaggerated one. That's from the Klose getting knocked out by Beneil Dariush. Not many people know that's what that's from. All right, next fight.
Another Silva. Another Silva
Versus William Gomis. I hate how this dude looks. I just don't like how he looks. Look at him.
This is definitely intriguing.
Why does he raise his eyebrow like that?
Why not? I think these two guys both, love to use the footwork and the long distance striking to get the job done. I think that's what we've seen in the tape that I've watched. However, I think Silva will be the more effective in landing the big damage and maybe even mixing in the grappling to change things up. Gomez picks opponents apart. No real finishing threat with him, though. I have not really seen much there. Silva has much more power, and I feel his shots could even get a rise from having home field advantage, which could influence the judges as well, as we spoke about in the last fight. Minus 165 is not the price tag I feel comfortable, on this, as Gomez is a sneaky and tricky to deal with at times. If Silva, line drops closer to 130 range, I'd definitely be interested. So I'm going to take Silva by decision here.
I'm gonna be agreeing with most of what said. Gomes, not much of a finisher, but a really, really technical kickboxer who's really good at slowing down the fights. I think Silva with the hometown advantage is really gonna make him push the pace, and I think he has the power to crack. One thing to mention as well too, I'm just gonna throw this out here. He beat the crap out of Weston Wilson, and there's another person who beat up Weston Wilson, and I just found that funny. A lot of people beat up Weston Wilson in this card, but like Gene Silva in the spot, I think he's probably gonna get it done by this. Nah, I'm gonna go with decision.
Well, William has a 4-inch reach advantage and 5 inches taller, so I think that reach advantage will help him, go for his game plan. He doesn't take damages. He's always out of range. He always moves around a lot, but I think his grappling has been improving and he has good kicks. So for me, I'm going William Gomes by decision.
In Rio de Janeiro, them judges, it's William Gomes has got to put on a clinic. He has to put on a clinic on Silva for them judges to probably pick it.
I mean, Silva has to run forward all the time and put up pressure constantly. I think that's going to probably slow him down later on in the rounds.
I think Gomes is going to need a minimum of 3 knockdowns on Silva for the judges to be like, yeah, I think he won.
I mean,
yeah. He's been knocked down twice. They'll be like, I think Silva got it.
Maybe I'll change it later. We'll see.
Nah, keep it. I just like to make the jokes of it.
All right, fine.
In fact, you want to take Gomes by knockout. How about that?
He's not going to knock him out.
He's my submission.
No, I don't trust him.
All right, next fight. Elvis Brenner versus, I practice this, Majtbek Orobai.
Yeah.
I'm just calling him Oro Boy, though. I'm just
going Orobai?
Elvis.
President?
Elvis?
Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis continues to pull off upsets. Although he was the favorite last time around.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I thought he was the underdog too. Damn, I felt so proud of myself for picking him.
No.
Yeah, no. But this will be a real test to see if he can, if he has what it takes to beat someone closer to his prime. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce this motherfucker's name.
Orobai.
Yeah,
a lot of people mispronounce as Odo Boy, and I like saying that now.
I don't. It's neither of those names. You guys aren't letting me fucking finish. I was talking about his last opponent.
Orobai.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. Shut up, Gibby. May have ended up being a dud. Yeah, fuck that name. And not near the fight that we expected for him after an official fight over the Mateusz Gamrot that he had. So
no, he had
It was a controversial in its own right, but well, whatever.
Yeah.
So Elvis may have a slight striking advantage here, but I definitely think he'll struggle loads with whatever Gibby said, pressure and grind the pace. Again, whatever Gibby said, clearly has the cardio to go the full 15 if he needs to, but I definitely think the grind will be easier to implement as we get into the deeper waters. So Gibby, one more time.
Orobai.
By decision.
I like how you couldn't pronounce Medic's name, even though we talked about him last week.
I know, man.
I don't like to pronounce anybody's name, bro.
And it's like so close to like Polish descent too, man.
You guys.
The one speaking about Udus Medic is Udus Medic got dominated in the grappling realm despite being a good grappler. So a lot of people are really high on Odobai's grappling for it. But Udus Medic even said he did not train for grappling at all because he was facing up against a striker who would never take down his life. So that's why it looks so bad. I'm not saying that's the whole reason why Odobai dominated him, but it is a big factor. Elvis Brenner is a guy who doesn't mind going to the ground. He is a shoot box boy, so he's got good BJJ. They all have to. And Brenner's a dog. So I actually want to lean on the dog, to be honest with you. It might be a little like, what's the word? Throwaway? Bad idea? I don't know. I'm going to Brenner, and I'm going with Brenner by KO, which is crazy, but I'm going with a round 3 KO. Watch it hit.
3. Yeah, Orobai is moving down weight classes for this fight. He welterweight moving down to heavy lightweight. Sorry.
Lightweight. He's moving from welter to heavy. He's getting big.
Yeah, and plus he has that 3-inch reach advantage. So I'm going with Orobai by decision as well as was this pick. Shouldn't have said the last thing, whatever. But yeah, Orobai by decision.
Okay. On to the next fight. Karolina Konakacek versus Yasim Lucindo. I did not struggle saying her name. I just blanked out for a second. Yeah. I don't have much to say about this. Am I really going to be picking the person who's 15 years older or 16? Yeah, 16 years older in Karolina. No.
Why not? Why not?
But it's also dog or pass, and Carolina did screw me on a whole card parlay. I picked her to lose. She won that fight. That was the only one I missed in that parlay, and I was very upset about that. But yes, Carolina, she just fights very passively. She is a quintessential women's MMA fighter. Lucindo has a little bit more pep in her step, a little bit more power, but also her striking can be sloppy. Her jiu-jitsu, though, could be pretty good if it gets to the ground. That's all I'm going to say. Give me Eastman by decision.
Same.
Yeah, let's have another lock.
I'm not picking a 38-year-old to beat a 22-year-old. I'm
Oh
sorry.
hell no, I would not either.
God, she's 22.
And she gets a lot of finishes too, right? I mean,
she is
last
a
one-
decent finisher against whom, though? I asked you this, Gibby. Baliana Viana.
Oh, you're
And
saying-
beyond that, everyone else is outside the UFC who's garbage.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we'll just go decision. We'll have a lock.
Viana has only finished Colby Covington.
Yeah, Noah went against my lock. So
Oh, he went.
I did.
yeah, I'm taking the previous fight as my lock of the night.
Oh, your lock. I thought we had all three of us agreed on Lucindo decision.
We did. I'm just saying that Noah went against my lock of
Odobai.
Orobai.
Oh, that yes, I understand that. Yes.
Am I confident in it? No, but something just spoke to me.
Yeah, I hope you lose.
I know you do. I'm happy you root for my success always.
No, it's just your demise.
Let's hope it comes true one day. But before
Yeah.
then, let's talk about Jack Shore taking on Joe Anderson Brito. Brito also beat up I forgot his name. I mentioned earlier. Weston Wilson. He beat the living shit out of Weston Wilson. But yeah, Jack Shore, he was one of the undefeated 4. We had 4 fighters with over 10 wins in UFC who were undefeated. Jack Shore was one of them, and not anymore. And since then, I don't know how I feel about him moving up to featherweight, to be honest with you. I don't know if I liked it. Like, he looked good. He won. But he didn't look great, though. And Anderson Brito is tough, good jiu-jitsu, and let's not forget good old Brazil. I think that hometown advantage is something to mention. And homie's got a win over Diego Lopez, which is something to mention. So, I don't know how I feel about this spot. I'm still thinking about it, low-key.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see Shore as a dog here. I definitely think you could put Brito in those bad spots and continue to stick it over 15 minutes, and that's how I think this fight's going to work out. I'm going to take Shore by decision.
I'll let you go, Gibby, before I give my pick.
Which is also going to be my dog of the night.
Oh, looks like I'm going against you, just like Noah.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
say what mine was.
Oh,
I said I'd let you go first because I'm still thinking.
No,
I'm on the
yeah.
fence.
no, yeah, you went on against him on one of his locks earlier.
you're
So
going
yeah, that's
against
what I
his
meant.
dog. I
I'm going
get
against his
ya.
dog, yeah. So I'm going Brito by decision. I think Brito is dangerous on the ground, and he is fast. I think his hands are dangerous too. He's got decent. I mean, does he? I don't know.
See, what I was on the fence on was Shore decision because I think that's the way he wins, and then Brito by submission because I think that's the way he wins. Shore has really good takedown defense at I believe 79%, but if you get
Yes.
him to the mat, he's a lost puppy. So I'm gonna go with my gut, which is Brito by submission. I initially had Shore, but I'm just go against Waz because he hates me.
Which round?
I'm gonna go round 2 because that's my favorite round. I
I-
like the round so much.
Sounds good.
All right. Now we're on to the main card, boys. And oh boy, on the main card, we have Paul Craig against Caio Borralho. What do you think of this fight, Waz?
I think we'll see Bahario lean to his striking here, and until he hurts or starts to slow Craig down, then he's probably going to be looking to smash him on the mat until he finish shows itself. That should be easy peasy lemon squeezy for the Brazilian. So we're going to go Borralho inside the distance. Why don't we just go KO round 2? But it could also be a sub. I'm going inside the distance, but I'll go KO round 2.
I don't know.
There's no way Paul Craig wins this fight.
See, we say that all the time.
No,
he shouldn't win this fight.
No.
He really shouldn't. Though that
No.
line is crazy for Borralho, but it's not really because Borralho, I think, is better everywhere other than that one submission that Craig has that he could do in the last second. He is the only person to beat Magomed Ankalaev, and up until Pereira, he was the only person to beat Jamal Hill. There's something weird about Craig, but I don't think he's been all that
Jamal
good in
Hill
middleweight.
got dog walked within the first round.
Pereira does
He
that
is
to everyone.
not good.
Pereira has done that to everyone but Izzy. Hell, I'm a big Yuri fan. He dog walked Yuri in the second round.
Okay, there's no respect for Hill. This podcast does not respect Hill. He is a crybaby ass bitch who makes up excuses and doesn't take his losses. He is not a good fighter. He came back way too early and now he wants to cry a river. You wanted the money, you got the money, and you fucking lost. Get back to the end of the line, shut the fuck up, stop having your whole camp come out on different podcasts and talking about it's the ref's fault because he stepped in, follow my command. Stop being a pussy, get your life together, and fucking get your ACL fixed, whatever the hell you tore, because he's a fucking pussy. I hate him.
I will not speak kindly of the excuses because I do think they are very shit excuses, but I will not call him a shit fighter. I will just say Alex Pereira has one weapon and it's too goddamn overpowered. Good on Pereira. But regardless, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about shitty ass Paul Craig, who I will not say nice things about. I just don't like picking up Paul Craig fights. Give me Borralho. I'm going to take him by decision because both guys really go over. The only thing I would even put money on this fight is the over, whether it be 1.5 or even 2.5 rounds. But just don't take, I just don't like it inside the distance because I think Craig could do something stupid. Caio could do something stupid. It scares me. So give me Borralho decision.
Paul Craig submission. Noah, take it. No balls.
He's gonna it's gonna happen last 10 seconds of the fight.
Parlay that with the one dude we said that's gonna do the decision.
Bro, Paul Craig by submission is a system bet, especially in the third round.
Do it.
Do it. Just take a straight bet out of it. Just do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
But no, I'm not gonna do it. Just
Why
FYI,
not?
I'm 0-2 pick when I talk about Paul Craig. So just FYI. But I'm going. What's the guy's name? Burrito or Burrito, whatever. KO round 3.
Okay. Next fight.
Michel Pereira versus Ihor Porteria. This is a short notice fight, but I think we have enough time to talk about it. I think Michel Pereira is gonna beat the shit out of Ihor Porteria. Michel Pereira is a guy who I've gone wrong since he went up to middleweight. He used to be a decision guy, always going over. Since then, I've been wrong each of his last 2 fights where he finished it in the first round. So I think the first minute, his last fight against Mihailo Erceg. I definitely think he'll do it to Ihor Porteria, but I also said Ihor Porteria would either finish or get finished his last fight. That did happen, so I don't know, but I'm just going to be leaning towards the insane power of middleweight Pereira. Give me him by TKO round 1.
Same.
That's it. What?
I want both of them to lose since their previous fight they both beat Polish people, but they both
Losing is in our DNA, Gibby.
Yeah, I was about to say, man. Hey, man, we're Jan fans, so.
I'll go KO round 2.
Hey, we do have Joanna.
Yeah, I went
Joanna's
against her.
retired.
Yeah, but she's still the greatest woman fighter.
Is she going to Hall of Fame? Isn't she? Or...
She's in the Hall of
She
Fame.
never is. She
Oh,
got
so-
inducted. So, what'd you say, Gibby?
KO round 2.
For
Michelle.
You have to think about it.
Alright.
Okay.
I just didn't want to say like Michael. I know it's Michelle.
It is Michelle. He
Yeah.
has a girl name, but I would never say that to his face because that boy would kill me. But all right.
Please stop fighting Anthony Smith. You're not good anymore.
I was saying I don't want to talk about this fight.
Give me Petronio via decision. I don't
How
want to
does
waste my
Smith
time.
win this fight is a better question to ask of who wins this fight. He's
Just
not
like
good anywhere.
Just
kick
like
his leg.
Ortega, he's gonna jump up and down and roll his ankle.
Don't say that because Ortega's gonna win the fight. He's gonna win the fight like Ortega did. But yeah, Smith's got bad legs. He is so delusional. If he wins this fight by some grace of God, you know he's gonna be calling for a title shot, despite the only person he's beaten the last 3 years being Ryan Spann twice. Give me Petrino by round 2 KO.
Round 2 KO. All right. I think he'll get. Victor would get the finish, but
They're gonna say Smith.
what round you went? Round 2.
Yeah.
I'll go round 3. Just FYI, when
Pick
while-
Smith.
No, I'm not going to pick Smith. I'm going Victor.
What do you mean? On paper, he's the best fighter in the UFC. On paper.
I'm going whatever Waz's pick is because Waz is 3-0 when we talk about Victor. So overall in this UFC podcast,
I'm going Petrino round 3/decision. That's what I'm betting. But if I have to pick for the game, I'm just gonna go decision.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Our co-main event of the evening.
Jonathan Martinez returns against the legend Jose Aldo. I said that backwards. Jose Aldo legend returns against Jonathan Martinez. I love Aldo. I think Aldo has all the skills and is the much better fighter than Martinez. But do you know why I'm not going to pick Aldo? 2-year
Why?
layoff. No, 2-year retirement.
Oh yeah.
If this was the Aldo right after his fight against Marab, I'm picking Aldo all the way. I think Aldo's main thing is checking kicks, and that's all Martinez really has an advantage against almost everyone he fights is those leg kicks. Aldo checks them. But again, how is Aldo gonna look after 2 years? I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to lean towards Martinez to get it done by decision. I don't like it, and honestly, I think Aldo is the far better fighter, but retirement.
Round 2 KO Aldo.
Oh, you're going for Aldo. See, this is
Mhm.
one of the ones where I'm picking against a guy I really, really want to win. But also, I'm not going to bet this fight with a steel pole.
Yeah, I think Jose, he's the king of Rio. I think he's gonna definitely win this fight.
If it goes to decision, I don't care what Martinez does to Jose Aldo. They're giving Aldo the decision win.
Aldo decision for my pick.
Did I say Martinez decision?
You did.
Yes, you did. You could change it if you want.
You know what? I'm going to go with the heart. I'm going Aldo decision.
Okay.
Fuck it.
I went with the heart too. So let's go.
No, I just went with the right choice because I'm not an idiot. I don't bet with my heart. I bet with my brain and what the tape shows. And Aldo by KO is the prop that I'm going to be betting. So.
I mean, I'm also not betting that goddamn fight because I don't bet people coming off 2-year layoffs. I bet
Wow.
Yuri. I think Yuri might be the only exclusion to that.
It's not
Regardless
gonna
of
be
what.
fair. Let's go ahead and move on to this main event.
Alessandro Pantoja taking on the dangerous Steve Erceg.
Man, this fight has me all ruffled up. The glaring weakness of Pantoja's game for me has been when he
Blocking
slows
punches
down.
with his face. Oh, that
No,
too.
when he slows down but manages to latch onto his opponent and survive, I just don't get that. He is really up against it going into the championship rounds. How much slower, how much he slows down, but he somehow manages to get a grip on his opponents, and they are unable to get out of the grasp, which is kind of annoying and boring. However, I love everything I've seen from Steve. When he is in the grappling position, that's when he's doing his best. So he isn't settling for a bad position at all. He is actively working and to get out of those weird spots with little movements. I think he's really good at that. And then when he sees his opening, he goes for it. I think it'll be difficult for him to get away from Pantoja early, but Steve will keep the work rate high, be the slicker striker over the course of 25 minutes, and should be able to work out of those weird spots that Pantoja has, put most of his opponents in. So
My thing is Pantoja, since becoming champion, he has slowed. He used to be a lot more chaotic, always going for the finish. But as Waz mentioned, now since he became a champion, he fights smarter, which could be a little bit more boring, to be honest with you. Mainly showed against the Royval fight. Pantoja's my problem has always been he walks forward like a zombie. Yes, he's got power, he slangs, but like those hooks from Erceg can catch him. And at some point, his chin's gotta go. The thing is, though, Erceg experience. He's not experienced. I don't think he's honestly probably ready for a championship fight, to be honest with you. But I do think he is a skilled opponent. I definitely think that he is someone who would have eventually fought for a title anyways. I just think it might be a little bit too soon, which makes me lean Pantoja. I think Pantoja can get it done in the later rounds, honestly. And I'm gonna go like with a round 3 submission.
Gibby.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same side with Noah. I'm just adding to the point where, Steve, he trains out of Australia. It's going to be a long flight to Brazil anyway. So I think that on top of that, we'll probably get him tired. So I was leaning towards decision. So I would pick that Pantoja by decision.
Yeah, for me, I'm going Steve. Inside the distance, I think he gets a finish between round 3 and 5. I don't think Pantoja's all that. And I definitely think that he's probably gonna finish him with a KO. I'm gonna go round 4 KO.
I didn't expect that, but all right. I think the value is Erceg is a dog.
Yeah, plus 170.
I see the value for that. I'd probably do as a parlay piece, and if he wins, then get more money. Just money line. We'll see. But yeah, you want to talk about the game? We had? No? Cool.
I'm kidding.
That's your thing, brother.
Yeah, I was about to say, Gibby, you're the one who introduced it. We finished talking about the fights. You're supposed to just take the reins and just be like, all right, we're going to talk about the game now, whether you like it or not.
All right. Well, we had 5 locks last week. Only 2 of them hit. So we had Mahashate decision, which 100% hit. Hubbard decision hit. We were wrong about Henry by decision. He got the KO.
I think that was his first KO in the UFC, I'm pretty sure. So
yep, and then we were wrong on Pierce, and then whatever
Denise,
yeah, we got the wrong round for him. So yeah, but all of us this week had 24 points, which was shocking.
We all had the exact same points. Let's go.
Yeah, Waz had 4 fights 100% right. He had the Mahashate decision, the Caitlin Sosa decision, Austin Hubbard decision, and then he had the Medic round 1 KO, which he couldn't pronounce his name earlier today. So yeah. Well, we'll go to you, Noah. You pretty much had 3 fights 100% right, same as 3 at the same fights as Waz. Mahashate decision, Hubbard decision, and Medic round 1 KO. And what did I had 100% right? I had the same 3 fights as Waz did. Mahashate decision, Sosa decision, and Hubbard decision.
I'm glad I could influence you.
You had Medic KO round 2.
Yeah, I thought Tim could survive 1 round.
Means couldn't take a shot.
No.
Well, I'm still in first place, rightfully where I belong. Gibby's down 25 points to first place.
29.
So... Oh Jesus.
Noah's down by 7. So yeah, you're 268. Noah 261. I'm 239. Way behind.
Still coming for your ass, Waz.
Just like in golf, Gibby's losing.
Yep.
All right, Gibby, you want to say bye to the people?
No.
No, we should.
Well, I want you to say bye.
Bye.